Hi everybody, so today I'm finally going to be doing the longer awaited ombre tutorial and let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to do of course is base coat all your nails. You're also going to apply the color of choice. So here I'm going to be using D&D number 613. It's called Cinnamon Whip. I'm placing that on all the nails, and of course you're going to need your lint-free wipes, which should be your best friend, especially if you're doing any type of gel nails. You don't want any lint on the nails. So after every coat, make sure that you are using your lint-free wipes to clean it off. I'm going back in with another coat just to make sure it's really pigmented. So I kind of sped this up just because this is pretty simple. This isn't the ombre part, but I still wanted to show it. So I'm just doing the nails, cleaning them off a little bit, and then continuing with the process. And what's crazy about this tutorial is that I actually use a makeup sponge for this. Yes, you heard that right. I use a makeup sponge. It works the best in my opinion. You could get these in a huge pack like at Marshall's. I'm pretty sure a lot of people get theirs there too. Um, for makeup. So I get mine there and that's what I use for my ombre. So here I'm applying the color. The key to this ombre is to blend your colors while they're on the sponge. So you'll see here, I've seen in some tutorials, they'll just put one color right and then the two colors right next to each other. As you could see, I kind of blended them in the middle. I feel like that's what really gets like the true ombre look on your nails because it's already blended on the sponge and you're basically just transferring it onto your nails. So that's what I do. That's what works best for me. And that's what I'm kind of doing here. So I kind of do it in layers. As I first started, I'm not here to pretend like I'm perfect, and I know, that everybody is different, and depending on what polish you use too, your results can be different. When I first tried it, as you could see, nothing came off the sponge. It was really sheer, almost, I got literally no color payoff. So what I did was with that first layer, right now I'm applying a second one, but with the first layer, I actually put it under the lamp to cure for like 1 or 2 seconds, super quick, just so that the sponge wouldn't absorb that much product anymore, so that the pigment from the gel kind of cured inside the sponge, if that makes sense. So right here I'm applying two different coats of gel. In case you noticed, I'm applying a lighter color and a darker color. That's just to get the color that I wanted to achieve. So you could use whichever color you want. And now I'm starting to see that I'm kind of getting color payoff, but like not really at the same time. In the beginning, it's always the hardest part. You always have to remember that you have to get through your ugly phase before you get to the good part. So there's always an ugly phase when you're like doing nails. I actually heard someone on Instagram say that. I don't remember who it was, but she's also a nail tech. And she was saying, you gotta get through the ugly phase of your artwork or whatever it is, and it'll all come together in the end. So just be patient, and that's what you'll do, and that's what you'll get. You'll get the result that you're looking for. So here, I'm starting to definitely see color payoff. At this point, this is like my third layer of the gel polish on the sponge, mixed with like the little blending technique that I do. So I don't really know how to explain it that well, but I know I really wanted to show you guys how I do it. So this is kind of how I do it, and you can kind of see that it's really starting to come together like so early on. And this is definitely something that you need to have a lot of patience to do. It's not going to come out right away. You need to do a few layers, and it's definitely going to start showing up on your nail. So you put it into cure after every layer that you do. So once you put it on the sponge one time like I'm doing here, you're going to go ahead and transfer it onto the nail. And then once you're happy with how it looks, or you feel like you can't really get any more color payoff, then you go ahead and put it in the lamp to cure one more time. So here I'm really starting to see, wow, I'm really getting good color payoff, but I'm starting to notice the little bumps that are forming. If you've ever tried to do ombre with a sponge on nails, then you definitely know what I'm talking about. Those little bumps are so annoying, and I'm going to show you how I get rid of them. So here I'm also doing the same thing again. At this point, I feel like I've already done the gel on the sponge like 4 or 5 times. If you get through it pretty quick, it shouldn't take you that long. If you get any, I didn't really think this through, but accidentally put the other nails on there too. I should have done those after I finished my ombre nails, but it's okay. So some of my nails got gel polish on them. So what I'm doing is, again, I'm putting the two mix of the blues to get the blue that I wanted to achieve for my nail look. So this is what I'm doing here. And then again, the nude, kind of blending them in the middle, as you could see, kind of blending it upwards. And I be generous with the polish, like put a lot on, like don't be scared to just go for it. And I kind of put a lot, so that's what I do, because the sponge does tend to kind of absorb product, which is why I cured in the lamp a little bit. I don't know how I thought of that. I literally just thought to like cure it, because I was like, if you put it in the lamp, it'll cure, right? So the sponge won't absorb that much product. In my head, it made sense. So now I'm really starting to get super cute ombre. Like, it looks super good. Like, it literally looks like acrylic at this point. But if you look closely, I definitely do have those little bumps. So just keep that in mind. You're going to get the bumps. Don't be scared. And again, one more time with the polish. I'm going to do this like a few times. And then there we go. We're getting the color we want. At this point, I think for this color, I used a little bit more of the lighter blue instead of the darker blue, just to get the nails to be a little more light. So like the last few layers, I just did the one color of blue instead of mixing them, if you were curious by any chance. And if you wanted to know which color blues I used, go ahead and comment down below. I don't remember off the top of my head which numbers they are right now, but if you ask me, I'll for sure tell you. And at this point, I kind of got out of frame here. I'm so sorry, but I'm using the light blue again, mixed with the nude, just those two colors together. And you don't have to be perfect with this at all. As you could see, I'm kind of just like throwing it on there because it's going to get blended either way. Your sponge is going to kind of do the work for you. And now my colors are really starting to come together. I love how it's starting to look. This is only my second time doing the ombre with gel polish. The first time was a purple one that I did on my Instagram at Nails Slayed by Val, if you were curious. And see, it's looking really pretty. The little bumps are there, but at this point I put it into cure, into my UV lamp. And now again, we're going in with the blue. And if you feel like I'm going in with the sponge a lot, it's because I'm doing 4 total nails. So 2 nails for one hand and then 2 nails for another hand. So I'm rotating on the hands that I'm doing. In case you were curious, I didn't mention that in the beginning. So here it is again. And I'm just going in there, blending. If I feel like the nude is starting to get a little lost, then I'll for sure add more nude. But here I'm just showing you guys what it looks like as of now. I'm really happy with the color right now. And I'm just kind of doing just the nude on the bottom. You see, just like me patting it with the nude a few times really brought it together. So that's what I did there. And after this, I'm going to put it to cure again. And I'm grabbing the other hand that I was doing as well. So I'm just grabbing my light color blue and then defining the blue a little bit more. So you don't need to put both colors if you feel like you already have like a more nude than blue. You know, you could definitely add just more blue on your sponge because the little bit of nude that's left over will help you blend. So I'm not going to act like I'm perfect. Like, I'm literally definitely not. You know, everything is trial and error. Everything is about practice. So for sure, I'm not one to like talk like I'm perfect. Here on this specific hand, I noticed that I was starting to get a little blotchy and I was getting super frustrated. So I go back and I fix it later on. But make sure that after, you know, each layer, again, wipe it with your lint-free wipe and some alcohol to get the sticky residue off. And see, this is how it looks now with the little bumps. I wiped it off, so all the sticky layer is gone. And now this is how I get rid of my bumps. I just use a buffer and I buff the nails down. So that is the best way to get rid of those little bumps. They will completely vanish, like literally. And you know, I literally learned this technique on my own. I watched a lot of ombre tutorials and none of them like caught my attention. I didn't really learn from a lot, because I was so confused as to how they would make it look so pretty, and I was like, I really can't do that. Like, I can't do that. So, I just figured to get rid of the little bumps, I'll try buffing the nail, and it really worked for me. So I hope it works for you too. And after buffing, I'm going to wipe off all the dust again with the lint-free wipe and alcohol. And I'm so sorry, my nails are so stained with all different types of colors of gel polish. I'm right-handed, so that's the hand I use to polish, and I really make a mess. And this is my ride or die top coat, the top coat I will always go back to. It is the brand OTP, and it is a no wipe top coat. So you don't have to wipe it after you're done curing it. It's super thick, it's super nice. It goes on literally like butter. It's perfect, literally perfect. I will never go back to another top coat. And I've tried finding this top coat online, and I can't find it anywhere online. So if you guys happen to find it, let me know, please, because I can't find it. I get it at my local nail supply store here in San Jose. That's the best place to buy it that I found so far. So that's how it looks after. It's so pretty. I was so happy with how they came out. I was literally in love with them. And my inspo picture for these was actually a picture of an acrylic ombre set. So I was really intimidated. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to recreate that. But I kind of, you know, believed in myself, and I was like, I think I can do it. Like, I'll try it out. If worst comes to worst, then I'll change the design or anything like that. But it ended up coming out really great. Just believe in yourself, it's all about practice, like I said, and you'll get better at it, especially if you're a beginner. Just don't give up. So then after this, I'm just showing you guys what it looks like with the fresh top coat on it, and I am going to put it in to cure. It's so pretty. Look at that. Wow. And then this is the hand that I had mentioned to you guys. I had some blotchiness. So I literally go back in this, I kind of sped it up a little bit. But if you happen to see any blotchiness, any mistakes, just go back in with the colors that you think you would need more of and go ahead and try to cover them up. It's going to be kind of frustrating because for some reason I was adding more blue and the blotchiness wouldn't get covered up. And I found that the trick is to actually add more nude instead. As you can see right there where I was kind of having my finger, the blotchiness was kind of in that area, and I was like, why is the blue not sticking? So I realized that by instead of adding more blue, I would add more nude and blend the nude upwards instead of blending more blue downwards, if that makes any sense. So that's what I did, and it really helped me. The blotchiness went away. So that's how I got rid of that. And yeah, I'll just let you guys look at this. And I feel like I'm talking super fast. I'm still getting the hang of this, and I appreciate you guys being so patient and watching my videos. And if you do watch my videos, just know I appreciate you so much. I just want to teach people because I love when I loved looking for YouTube videos and the person making the video would literally explain themselves so well. It was so great to have someone like that on YouTube. So right here I'm showing you the other nail, the one that came out really nice, the other hand, sorry, and it just looks really pretty. It looks flawless, literally looks like acrylic. You would never know that it's gel. And this is how my final result came out. I hope you guys like it, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.